Hello, and welcome back to my channel. We live in a world that seems to be getting smaller, but yet it stays the same via social media, mainly Facebook. I am sure that if you were a 90s kid like me, you had pen pals in school. Maybe our language arts teacher set them up. Maybe it is your best friend who moved away, or a friend from summer camp. I know my speech therapist set some up for me when I was in the 4th grade. Of course, the kids I wrote to were all local. Just kids with disabilities at other schools in and around Kenosha County, Wisconsin. We would send letters back and forth, having the occupational therapist deliver them. The furthest correspondent was Rick, a guy with cerebral palsy that lived in Colorado and used a Liberator, an old communication device that volunteered at Talking with Technology camp while I attended. This continued until I moved to Pennsylvania then, because the speech therapist worked within all 5 schools. I did not continue with my correspondence. In 8th grade, as a part of the language arts curriculum, the teacher set us up with an international pen pal so we could send an informal letter. The first letter was turned in for a grade, then it was up to us to continue with no penalty if we stopped. Mine was a boy around the same age as me from the United Kingdom. I wrote to him, but he never wrote back, which is unfortunate. I kind of doubt the letters were ever sent after the teacher graded them. It is a shame because who knows where that relationship could have led. West Green is very sheltered and has very little money, so I could only assume that they did not mail them. Most of the money that they received was unfortunately put into athletics, which is sad. They might think that England is some far-off land million miles away, but it is really not. It is just a 7.5-hour flight. I doubt that most people from West Green have been to Washington, D.C. only once, and that is only because the social studies/math teacher took them when I have been to D.C. quite a few times. Actually more times than I care to count. Now, with the invention of social media sites, we can communicate with virtually anybody instantly, which is scary. This is why I say the world is getting smaller. That is the thing with moving to somewhere rural opposed to somewhere urban. You are not exposed to different things as if you were in Chicago or another major city. I certainly did not want to bring any of my college friends to my parents' house and have them meet my high school classmates. Anybody who looked or acted differently was seen as, quote, weird by the locals. My family and I were always seen as outsiders. I mean, the Cub Scout troop had a campout in the state park that we went to almost every day, so it was not special. To a small kid, maybe, but to a 14-year-old it was boring. When my brother Nigel told his classmates that he had dinner at the Naval Observatory, which is where the Vice President lives, his classmates did not believe him, and he was constantly picked on for being different. Through social media, we can correspond with anybody anywhere almost instantly. It is kind of scary. I have met several guys online. There was only one who at least lived nearby. I met him at Second Friday, a potluck dinner hosted by the Washington County Gay Straight Alliance, and he was my first. Young guys can often fantasize about me, but since we only communicate online, it is hard to meet in person and extremely dangerous. However, you could meet your soulmates wherever. It is interesting that somebody like me can meet anybody. I believe that some people think they would dream, and that is it. The dream never comes true. I, on the other hand, do not. I believe if you are focused, you can achieve anything. Have you ever had a pen pal? Did you guys ever meet? Please let me know in the comments below. Please like this video and hit subscribe. I will see you soon.